You stir your coffee. Your cat demands attention. Another morning, another tiny tyrant in charge. Your screen fills with endless internet cat videos. They purr, they pose, they utterly dominate our world. Cats seem to have us wrapped around their tiny paws. But pause for a thought-provoking moment. Rewind history's clock, 10,000 years back. Imagine life without central heating or soft beds. No readily available bowls of delicious kibble. A world where survival was a daily, brutal gamble. Every resource fiercely contested. Did our distant ancestors truly tame these wild creatures? Did they actively choose cats to become our companions? Or did cats, with their ancient, subtle cunning, train us? Welcome to Stickwise. Today, we unravel the ultimate feline deception. The widespread myth of human-led cat domestication. Most people assume we actively domesticated cats, much like we selectively bred dogs for specific tasks. Hunting, guarding, herding. Dogs served our needs directly. But cats? Their journey into our homes is far stranger. More an infiltration than an active recruitment. Scientific consensus now reveals a different, wilder truth. Cats, in essence, domesticated themselves into human society. They carved out their own unique place. With minimal effort on their part, maximum benefit. We inadvertently provide their every single need. A comfortable habitat, endless sustenance. Cats enjoy this arrangement. It's a brilliant, evolutionary, self-serving hack. All domestic cats, Felis catus, share a single ancestor. Every single one traces back to the African wildcat. Specifically, Felis silvestris libica. This was a small, fiercely independent, solitary hunter. It roamed North Africa and the Near East. These wildcats were not seeking human companionship. They were efficient, self-sufficient predators of their environment. Their initial interactions with humans began subtly. This crucial period unfolded 9,000 to 10,000 years ago. In the Fertile Crescent, a key historical region. What we now call modern-day Iraq, Syria, and Turkey. Humans were undergoing a monumental transformation. We were transitioning from nomadic hunter-gatherers, embracing the revolutionary practice of agriculture. This meant cultivating crops and, crucially, storing grain. Massive, newly built granaries appeared everywhere. These storage sites created an entirely new food source. A bonanza for various types of rodents. Mice, rats, and voles proliferated wildly. And what loves a thriving, concentrated rodent population? African wildcats. They quickly identified this opportunity. A consistent, easy, abundant food source. Right at the edge of human settlements. No more strenuous, solitary hunts across sparse landscapes. Just abundant, easy pickings from human-made granaries. This wasn't humans taming wildcats. This was pure, opportunistic, feline self-interest. A shrewd biological calculation by the wildcat itself. Humans had accidentally created a perfect ecological niche. The wildcats simply exploited it to their full advantage. Early archaeological evidence supports this theory. A remarkable find emerged in Chilorocambos, Cyprus. Discovered was a 9,500-year-old burial site. A human was interred alongside a carefully placed cat. This discovery holds profound significance. African wildcats are not indigenous to Cyprus. They never naturally roamed that island. Therefore, humans must have brought that cat there. Intentionally across the sea, by boat. This implies the cat held considerable value. Either practical, for rodent control, or deep emotional. Likely both. It was more than just a pest controller. This first wave of interaction solidified then. In the Levant, among early agricultural communities, certain wildcats tolerated human presence for food access. Humans tolerated these cats for their pest control skills. It was a beneficial, albeit often cautious, coexistence. No active breeding was involved by humans, just a slowly evolving, mutualistic partnership. Then came the second wave of feline popularity. This pivotal period peaked in ancient Egypt, roughly 3,500 years ago, their golden age. Here, cats truly ascended in status. From useful mousers, they became sacred companions, often revered, protected, and even mummified. Their divine status solidified their place in society. However, even this was more adoption than domestication. The genetic shift remained surprisingly minor. Recent paleogenomic studies offer fresh insights, confirming the slow spread of true domestic cats. These Egyptian lines of cats reached Europe en masse, but not until much later, about 2,000 years ago. Earlier cats in Europe were likely local wildcats. They also coexisted opportunistically with farmers. However, these local European wildcats did not leave a lasting genetic legacy. They didn't contribute to modern domestic cat DNA. The triumphant Egyptian cat lines ultimately prevailed. This crucial detail reframes everything. It wasn't us actively taming them, like dogs. It was cats making a shrewd, long-term business deal. A calculated partnership on their own terms, always. They secured a guaranteed, effortless food supply. We were simply the unwitting, convenient providers. Their path to our warm homes was entirely unique. No intentional human breeding was deeply involved, just a subtle, opportunistic, ancient agreement. A silent negotiation spanning millennia. The wildcat observed humanity's burgeoning flaws. Our messy, rodent-attracting grain storage. Our persistent, annoying pest infestations. And they glimpsed their comfortable future. Right beside us, yet always fundamentally free. The real story is about feline self-domestication. A biological slow burn over countless generations, where they chose to live near us strategically, for immense, undeniable, mutual benefit. Our agricultural revolution was their golden ticket. They adapted to our changing human environment, not the other way around, as often assumed. This singular process birthed a new kind of feline, one that thrives on the human presence. Yet, it retains its deep, wild ancestral heart, a true masterclass in evolutionary adaptation, an ongoing experiment in highly selective coexistence. And we remain the utterly unwitting participants, the ultimate cat servants, blissfully unaware. Forever at their beck and call, quite literally. A grand, 10,000-year-old charming con. Or, perhaps, a beautifully balanced, elegant partnership, depending entirely on your perspective of power. The scientific evidence continues to overwhelmingly mount, confirming cats' strategic brilliance and our unquestioning compliance. These creatures are not truly tame, not like dogs. They are simply tolerant of our existence, because we so reliably serve their primal needs. The true architects of this powerful bond, not our ancient human ancestors, but the cunning, adaptable wildcats themselves. They saw us, a walking food buffet. They simply moved right in. Their long-term strategy was utterly simple: survival and thriving through human association. Our modern internet obsession confirms their victory, from ancient Cyprus tombs to viral internet memes. This amazing co-evolution forged a unique species, our furry overlords, mastering us through millennia. This brilliant strategy is called the commensal pathway. It's a biological slow burn, unlike active taming. Cats chose to live near humans for mutual benefit. Human agriculture created the perfect ecological bait. Rodent-rich granaries were their golden ticket. Wildcats quickly identified this new niche. Only the boldest wildcats approached human settlements. Those with lower flight or fight responses thrived. Higher. Tolerance for human presence was naturally selected. Friendlier individuals bred more successfully. Over generations, they effectively tamed themselves. Humans did not actively select these cats. Tolerant cats simply outcompeted their wilder kin. It was self-domestication, driven by available resources. Wildcats are traditionally solitary, independent hunters, but domestic cats are facultatively social. They can adapt their social behavior as needed. Sparse food in nature means hunting alone. Human settlements offered concentrated food sources. Rodents and trash were abundant, clumped resources. To exploit this, cats needed social tolerance. They evolved specific behaviors for group cohesion, like allogrooming, rubbing against each other. These are now directed towards their human colony members. Cats view us as large, non-hostile super cats, essentially big, clumsy providers within the group. This explains their seemingly odd, affectionate rituals. Genetically, your house cat is barely different. They are almost identical to their wild ancestors. Most domesticated animals show radical physical changes. Think floppy ears, curly tails, smaller brains. Cats display almost none of these domestication syndromes. Only minor DNA shifts have been identified. These affect memory and fear conditioning responses. Also genes related to stimulus-reward learning. Many scientists classify cats as semi-domesticated. They can revert to a feral state swiftly, often within a single generation, given opportunity. They don't rely on humans for survival, unlike dogs. Cats still possess their primal hunting instincts. They simply tolerate our presence for convenience. Their wild heart beats just beneath the purr. This ancient strategy ensures their survival. A perfect blend of wild independence and comfort. They truly have the best of both worlds. We provide the benefits, they retain control. A masterclass in effortless evolutionary adaptation. But the story doesn't end there. Cats possess even more subtle, potent tools. Behaviors honed over millennia to manipulate us. Tools to ensure our devoted, unending service. Consider the N. solicitation purr. 1. It's not just a happy vibration. Research shows it embeds a high-frequency cry. This sound mimics a human infant's distress call. Your brain hears it. It triggers an instinctive, nurturing response. This purr is biologically impossible to ignore. It's a direct emotional hack into your system. Then there's the meow. Adult wildcats almost never meow at each other. Kittens use it to signal their mothers. Domestic cats repurpose this sound. They communicate with humans exclusively. A brilliant, evolved conversational tool, specifically designed to get your attention and demand things from you. The slow blink is another masterstroke. It's a feline safety signal. Cats trained us to recognize its meaning. A slow blink indicates deep trust. You usually respond with more affection. Or, crucially, more food. They've literally taught us their body language. And how to reward it. So, did we domesticate cats? Only in providing an opportunistic environment. Did they domesticate us? In many profound ways, yes. Cats identified a prime ecological niche. They adapted their social behavior to tolerate us. They evolved specific vocal non-hacks. 2. These ensure we feel biologically compelled to serve. It's a truly co-evolutionary partnership. Cats retain their fierce independence, while successfully hacking human psychology. For over 10,000 years, they've been masters. They never truly gave up their wild essence. They merely found a better, softer way. A way to get everything they need. From a giant, clumsy, food-dispensing super cat doggy. This unique relationship defines our homes. Cats truly chose us, not the other way around. They secured their future through subtle persuasion. A genius move, utterly brilliant in its simplicity. It's a testament to their adaptable intelligence. So, when your feline friend demands attention, know you're part of a 10,000-year-old bargain. Your deep affection for them? That inexplicable bond you feel. It's a primal, ancient evolutionary trap. You were never going to resist their charm. Kitten's first purr sealed your fate. You are simply following instincts laid down. Instincts expertly triggered by a tiny predator. A purring, meowing, slow blinking genius. They mastered empathy before we knew its name. This isn't manipulation. It's true symbiosis. Remember that primal urge when you hear that purr? That inescapable draw to feed and protect them? It's not weakness. It's an ancient biological callback. You're not malfunctioning in your daily service. You're experiencing a perfectly executed survival strategy, a testament to feline evolutionary brilliance. Smash that like button. Subscribe to Stickwise for more deep history. And hit the bell so you don't miss our next story. Share your own cat's cleverest tricks below. We love hearing your stories. See you next time on Stickwise.